Confidence, confidence, confidence. Let's face the facts. Who doesn't want to become more confident? Well, in today's episode, I'm going to share with you a specific exercise that you can start doing to enhance your confidence, but at the same time, just change your overall life with helping you just having more of a winner's mindset, helping you feel more positive, and most importantly, filling up your cup. That way you can pour more out into others. It's way easier to grow your confidence with your past successes, but also failures, rather than just hoping for the confidence to one day in the future face your fears. So when you guys start implementing this exercise here that we're going to talk about in a little bit, I promise you, it's once again not just going to help you with having more confidence, but just overall having that winner's mindset, being more positive, and think about it like this. The more positive you are, the more happier you are, think about the people's lives that you're able to change, right? I mentioned earlier about you're filling up your cup, that way you're able to pour more on to others. Who are the people that you're surrounded with on a daily basis? Maybe your family, your friends, your coworkers, even maybe just people that you communicate with on social media. When you're more positive, when you're more confident, when you're overall happier, you're able to just have that little spark of inspiration to also light up someone else's day, especially if they're going through some dark times. And fun fact, when you're more positive, you smile more. And they say that smiling is contagious. And they also say that when you hold a smile for 15 seconds, you burn about 5 more calories than when you frown for the same duration. And once again, it's all about becoming that light to help inspire others. So before we dive into this exercise that you can start doing, let me share with you a little bit about my confidence, specifically when it comes to fighting. So before I became an online fitness coach, I was an MMA fighter. I had several different MMA fights. I had multiple different, jiu-jitsu tournaments, Muay Thai matches, boxing matches. The list goes on and on and on. And even though I don't compete anymore and really train anymore, besides just hitting the heavy bag that I have in my garage from time to time just to get a quick little workout in, I still feel really confident in my skills because of my past with all my training. Now, I'll be the first one to always admit this. I was not the best fighter in the world. I mean, sure, I had a winning record, but at the end of the day, I had plenty of losses, and I got my butt kicked several times. But even though I, had all these losses and, even got knocked out, right? Like all these different things that happened to me that was quote unquote failures and losses, still to this day, I'm very confident in my fighting skills. And that confidence does so much more than just, helping me when it comes to facing my fears from just, once again, past fights that I had. Think about it like this. If, let's say, me and my family were ever walking in, let's say, a dark alley in a shady neighborhood, my wife, my son, they're going to also feel really confident in my skills as well. They're going to feel protected because, once again, they know about my past. They know that, hey, I stepped in that cage. I stepped in that ring, right? I stepped on those mats. I've had all those fights. I've had all those, long, brutal training sessions. Even though, once again, I had plenty of losses in the past, they are still going to feel confident. I'm always going to feel confident, right? Walking in once again, a dark, shady, alley or anything like that. So that confidence doesn't just help me, but as you can see and hear, that it's also going to help out my family as well. And this is why always investing in yourself doesn't just help you, but it also helps out those around you as well. Think about it like this. If, let's say, you wanted to invest your time into learning more, right? Acquire more knowledge about a skill or a certain trait that could either, enhance your career and maybe get a promotion at work. Well, guess what? That's going to benefit your family. If, let's say, you're investing your time and energy into being more active and you're working out and you're being healthier and you're eating better, right? Like, think about it. Especially if you're somebody that's overweight and maybe you're struggling with high blood pressure and maybe high cholesterol, maybe even type 2 diabetes. Well, hey, if you're constantly struggling with your health, and you're not doing anything to change it, I hate to say this, but you're a liability to your family. They're probably worried about your health. They're probably wondering like, oh, is daddy going to be around in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years? And then after daddy passes away, what are we going to do? Right? Like if daddy was the breadwinner, what are we going to do for income? And, what's going on with, daddy's will, right? It's these things, right? These thoughts that's going on in your family's head that probably you don't think about because maybe your health isn't a priority. But think about it. On the flip side, if you're investing into, let's say, once again, eating healthier, being more active, you're investing that time and energy, right, into becoming the best version of yourself, well, guess what? You're no longer a liability. Now you're an asset, right? Because now your family's like, okay, hey, daddy's taking care of his health. He's going to be a lot longer. I don't have to worry about him being around in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Like, I have confidence that daddy's going to be around. If you truly want to become the best version of yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, you have to learn how to invest into yourself. You have to learn how to be on that journey and that pursuit of constantly improving, right, in all areas of your life. But once again, it doesn't just help you grow. It helps your family. It helps your friends. It helps your coworkers. It helps everybody around you as well. And that's always what I mean by when you're able to fill up your cup, you're able to pour more out into others. Let's start diving into this one simple exercise that I promise you, if you start doing this on a daily basis, your life will change within a few weeks, and who knows, maybe within a few days even. The exercise is called self-reflection, and it's very simple. All you need is a journal. That's it. Takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes to do this, and hands down, it will change your life. You'll start feeling a lot more confident within yourself. You'll start feeling a lot more positive. You'll start having more of a winner's mindset. Everything will change. And once again, not just for you, but those around you as well. Now, by doing this exercise, all you have to do is just write down anywhere from 10 to about 20 wins that you had throughout the course of the day. Now, you can either write down your wins at the end of the day, or if you find yourself kind of losing track and losing memory on those wins that you had throughout the course of the day, then hey, by all means, just use your journal or put it in your phone on the little notes tab and just write down those wins as soon as they happen. That way, at the end of the day, when you're jotting everything down in your journal, it's very easy to remember those wins. And a win is a win. So let me explain. If let's say you made your bed, that's considered a win. If let's say you did the dishes, that's considered a win. If let's say you took the dog for a walk outside and you got some steps in, that's considered a win. If let's say you hit your protein goal, that's considered a win. If let's say you showed up to the gym and even though you weren't feeling the best, you still went anyways, right? Building that discipline muscle, that's considered a win. But here's some wins also that you might not be thinking of. If let's just say you had to give a presentation at work and you completely bombed it, it was horrible. But guess what? You still showed up to the plate. You still tried your hardest. That's considered a win. If let's say you're feeling really confident and you decide to go for this huge PR in the gym, right? Maybe you want to deadlift 500 pounds and you fall short. Maybe you only get, 485 pounds. Guess what? You still showed up. You still tried. That's considered a win. If let's say your daily protein goal is consuming 200 grams of protein and maybe you only got 175 grams in for that day, guess what? That's still considered a win. Because at the end of the day, that's a lot better than 150 grams. That's a lot better than 100 grams. That's a lot better than 20 grams of protein. So even though you didn't hit your goal, you still stepped up to the plate. You still tried. That's still considered a win. There is no losses, no losing whatsoever when it comes down to the self-reflection exercise. And I kid you not, guys. By doing this one simple exercise each and every day, you are hands down going to change your mindset. You're going to start feeling more positive. You're going to start feeling way more confident within yourself. You're building up upon these wins. And that's the beauty of this. Here's a screenshot of one of our members, Brian, who actually did this exercise with me. We've been working one-on-one, doing these mindset calls. And in the beginning of these calls that we were having, he wasn't very positive, right? There was just a lot going on in his life. And I felt really, really bad for him. And I had to think about some ways on how can we start working within his life that he can start doing just once again a simple exercise to just change things up. And it was this self-reflection exercise where, as he talks about, just writing down his wins, right? And throughout the course of the day, and that's all he was doing. He got to start seeing the glass being half full rather than half empty. He got to see all the positivity that was going on in his life and got to feel way more confident within himself just by doing this exercise. And just remember, this exercise takes anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes max. All you're doing is just writing down 10 to 20 wins that you had throughout the course of the day. But it's an investment into you, right? What is that investment? Time. right? It's also your energy into thinking about all those wins that you had. But remember, when you're able to invest into yourself, hands down, you're going to be able to grow. Maybe that's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, but anytime you're able to fill up your cup, you're obviously able to pour a lot more back into others as well. So I really hope that you guys gained a lot of value from today's episode. If you did, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below with letting me know your biggest takeaway. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please make sure you do. I would greatly appreciate that. And as always, guys, this has been Coach Joe with Heartletics.com, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scouts.